the position of the players who are not fit?
Rohit is not fit for this game. Everybody else is available.
Nishant and Virendra.
Everyone is available coming to the field.
Any other questions? On this break that you have walking around practice session, how was it felt between beginning mentally?
I think, as I said, what's important is switch on and switch off, and breaks like these really help you do that. And what we made sure is the practice session we had was to make it slightly tough and slightly more realistic. So you give them good breaks, but at the same time, you want the sessions to be more purposeful. So that's what the emphasis has been, and that's what we tried. So today we'll have a slightly lighter session followed by the game two.
The schedule that the Indian team has had this summer, the Test Series and then this Tri-Series and then the World Cup, England obviously last year there was the back-to-back Ashes series that they could avoid having that kind of schedule. Have you, now that you're in this and looking at this, do you hope that this scenario doesn't occur again for the Indian team in the future?
Well, I think the only plus point was we knew about the schedule well in advance, and what we have seen is it's more mental than the physical state. So I think most of the guys, they had enough time to prepare themselves mentally for this kind of a scenario, and that's why the more emphasis from now on will be to use the breaks that in between the games really well. We want to spend time on the field, but at the same time we'll have to relate as to what is the best possible option. So once you know the schedule, you have to abide by it, and you have to make the most of how to keep yourself fresh and 100% in the field. So I think we are quite well prepared to do that. At the same time, shorter tour is something that everyone is going for. It's not only our team or some of the other international side. That's what they are emphasizing on, to the extent that the teams are playing Test series, then taking a break and coming back for the ODI series. I think that's the future of international cricket.
Right. With these 4 outfielders and these big outfields, do you think that shutting off one side of the ground, like you did with Akshay when going around the wicket, is that like the best way out? Because the other day also we saw the fast bowlers practicing around the wicket. Is that like the best option?
Well, so far that's what it seems like, but at the same time what's important is to keep improving and keep looking for further options. So on big outfields, definitely that's one of the better options to do, so that you're pushing the batsman to clear the big boundaries, and you have fielders, so if it falls in between or if there's a chance of a catch, you're better off doing that. And then also you push the batsman to play on the side where not many fielders are around, which means you'll have to take slightly more risk, and again the execution will be the key factor. So it's important to plan out, that's something that definitely we are doing, but to always be ready with a secondary plan is something that's as important, because you'll have days where the batsman, he will be able to clear that side of the boundary, and then you'll have to implement plan B.
And is there a possibility that the World Cup could be your farewell from international cricket, or you're planning on playing on?
My test retirement is really excited.
Have you thought about your future in one-day cricket beyond?
No. You are somebody who believes in the present, so you need to win both these matches and perhaps with a bonus point as well to qualify for the final. So is the experimentation phase, keeping in mind the World Cup over, will you play your best team?
Well, we were playing the best level. We were bothered by injuries, and as I said, experimentation is a word that's banned. We can use all the different words, but we don't experiment. We feature the best 11, and at the same time, we like to get a lot of positives out of the games. What's the point looking to win games where you're pushing an individual who has quite a significant niggle, and you may end up winning the game, but you may end up losing him for the World Cup. So you'll have to take a call. So close to the World Cup, there's no time for errors. When it comes to actually managing the players, when it comes to the injury, because you want your best 11, at least the best 15 to be part of the World Cup and then available for selection. So, I know this tournament is important, but at the same time, we won't want to push the players so much that if they get injured, they won't be able to participate in the World Cup.
And just a word on Rohit, is there any threat to his World Cup participation?
So far, no. But if you make him play tomorrow, then they
Rejab, Siddharth Mungal.
MS बैक इन इंडिया ऐसी बातें हो रही हैं कि
एक ऐसे टाइम पे जब इंडियन टीम प्रिपेयर कर रही थी वर्ल्ड कप के लिए, रवि को छुट्टियों पर जाना नहीं चाहिए था. उनकी प्रेजेंस यहाँ पर टीम के लिए ज्यादा जरूरी थी और ये वो दौर था जब 2 मैच इंडिया हारी है. तो डोंट यू थिंक कि ये छुट्टियां थोड़ी सी अनटाइमली थी?
You only asked me, don't you think? No, I don't think so.
How realistic is to expect, say, maybe the Shanto Jadeja players who's pricing these? How are they going to come back?
As I said, both of them are available for selection. Whether we want to give them more time is something that we'll have to consider, because also both of them, they have not played matches. They may be match fit. Again, there's a bit of speculation when it comes to that. What most of the time you say is, if they play, there are less chances of them getting injured, or the same injuries occurring again. But at the same time, they don't have many matches behind them. So whether we want to give them a few more next sessions before giving them a game is something that will be crucial. Also, what we'll have to monitor when it comes to Jadeja is his throwing option. Whether he can, cover the big boundaries over here, or we'll have to, make him play in the circle, field more in the circle. So all these things we'll have to consider, and then we'll take a decision.
But no doubt for the World Cup.
No, as of now, there is no doubt, in the present state.
Last one. So I'm not going to ask you to comment on the specifics of the Supreme Court stuff, but is it a relief, or are you happy that there's been sort of a resolution and it's done now, essentially, and that people aren't going to be speculating about anything?
Well, I know one thing, irrespective of what's there when it comes to Indian cricket, my name keeps popping up. So this has been settled, something new will pop up, it keeps popping up. So I've been quite used to it. If there's nothing, then some speculative story comes up. So, big or small, I have to keep dealing with all these things. And it's end of one story. Something else will start maybe in a couple of days' time.
Thank you. Thank you.